We welcome you to the Grand Lake YMCA. It is the Coldwater Swimming Invitational, a.k.a. the MAC Championships. All the schools in the MAC with swimming teams participating here today. And our sponsor is Hull Brothers of Fort Recovery, serving the area's Ag Needs service. The Ag Needs since 1896. Perry Hull and company, his family doing a great job. We appreciate them for being tonight's title sponsor as the girls' 200-yard individual or medley relay is underway. In lane 1 is Marion Local, Sophie Heitkamp getting things started. Lane 2, New Bremen, Allie Polskamp. It's Coldwater's Julia Rose, middle of the pool in lane 3. As we work our way towards your camera, lane 4 is Fort Recovery, Rachel Kopp. Lane 5, Kendra Schemmel from Marion Local, and lane 6 is Versailles. The Tigers, both the boys and the girls, the heavy favorite coming into this one. Just a gigantic team, all kinds of great marks thus far, so we will keep an eye on them. Second, ladies in the pool, Ashlyn Burning from Marion Local, top of your screen for the Flyers. In lane 2, it is New Bremen, Veronica Hirschfeld. Coldwater's A-team, Andrea Moorman in lane 3, with Fort Recovery's Peyton Toby occupying lane 4 for the breaststroke. Lane 5, Marion Local's Beth Walters. And for Versailles, it's Emily Ruenkamp at the bottom of your screen coming in to touch here. Looks like Fort Recovery out to a good lead in lane 4 as Corey Stone dives in. And it doesn't look like we have the scoreboard working. Hopefully that'll get going so we can pass along some times. Otherwise, it's just going to be top winners, which is okay too. For Coldwater, it's Whitney Schaefer. The volleyball standout, the setter in lane 3 for the Cavaliers. They are in second place. Final touch, or final handoff, I should say, for Fort Recovery. Olivia Atchison, the sophomore, into the pool with a nice lead. Coldwater going to try and catch them, but it's going to be a tough race. Courtney Bettinger, the final Cavalier, into the pool. Bottom of your screen, Versailles' Corey Oliver will touch home. Emily Stammen dives in. Tigers will try and get some points in the third place spot. Top of your screen for Marion, it's Hannah Moeller touching. Kate Goodwin into the water, the junior. And winning for Fort Recovery, it's Olivia Atchison as the Indians take first. Second place will be the Cavaliers. Courtney Bettinger, just a freshman. And race for third, looks like bottom of our screen, Versailles, Emily Stammen. Marion Local's Brooke Mesher will be in fourth place. And we have the Flyers, Kate Goodwin, finishing fifth. This is the final heat for the girls' 200-yard medley relay. Top of our screen from St. Henry, Danielle Albers getting things started according to our heat sheet. Lane 2, it is Minster, Kara Kitzmiller. Keep an eye on Nikki Borgerding. She will swim second for the Wildcats. Lane 3, it is Hannah Marshall, the junior from Versailles. They had the best time coming in by 8 seconds, 1:53.26. Also for the Tigers, Rachel Subler. She is in lane 4. Marion Local from Carla Smith, the standout for the Flyers. Just the sophomores in lane 5, and Natalie Heitkamp gets things started for New Bremen at the bottom of your screen. The pink cap in lane 6, and no surprise, the Tigers A-team out to a Liam Siebert into the water. Carolyn Prakel, the latest of Prakels. Talked to Sam Prakel earlier, the Wendy's High School Heisman winner, and we will hear from him later in the broadcast. Another Prakel in the pool, it's Carolyn. Marion Local's Olivia Hemmelgarn swimming the second leg in lane 5. Julia Niekamp for New Bremen in lane 6. Stephanie Holman for St. Henry is top of your screen as the Tigers out to a nice pace. Third, Versailles lady in the water, Bailey Marshall, one of the swimming marshals. She's a senior. Ashlyn Cordonier, the freshman for the Tigers, also into the pool now, trying to challenge her teammate. A great start to our MAC championships here. 7 schools involved. No swimmers from Parkway, New Knoxville, or Delphus St. John's. And Versailles' Lexi Fleeman Another talented freshman for the Tigers, powering her way through. She won a couple races up at the Lima Holiday Invitational against the likes of Shawnee and LCC and Salina. And she is powering the Tigers to a gold medal here in the finals of our 200 medley relay. You see Fleeman finishing strong. Again, the clock not working, but we know Versailles is a winner. We know Versailles will get second with Abby Marshall. The freshman Marshall touches home. So top two go to the Tigers. Third place, Marion Local. It's Monica Hemmelgarn trying to get the Flyers a bronze medal. She does just that. Top of our screen, St. Henry's Laura Fox, the sophomore, will touch home in fourth. And fifth place will be New Bremen and Allie Elking. Well, when we return, it's the boys' turn at the 200-yard medley relay. It's the Coldwater Swimming Invitational on WOSN. Getting set here for the finals of the boys' 200-yard medley relay. 5 entrants. Start at the top of your screen with Coldwater. Garrett Brunswick will get in the water. 2:03.73 qualifying time for those guys. Andy Borges, the senior from Minster, in lane 2. They had a 2:01.12 for Versailles. It's Mitchell Stover, the state qualifier, just a junior. He leads things off in the backstroke in lane 3. Marshall Hull for Fort Recovery. He's a senior in lane 4, and Jacob Richland from New Bremen in lane 5. Versailles, the team to beat again, 1:43.57. Fort Recovery, a 1:56.06, going to try and be right there with the Tigers. Stover gets Versailles out to a good lead. Cole Albers into the water. McKinley Timmerman has Fort Recovery in second place. For Minster, it's Dominic Slonkoski, the cross-country standout, into the water in third. And for New Bremen, David Zirkle, he's in lane 5. Top of your screen, Rick Schrader from Coldwater. But look at Versailles getting out to a nice wide margin as Sam Subler will enter the water next. Sam's a senior. Tigers looking to make lots of noise in the postseason with their talented group of seniors, and then some good underclassmen on the ladies' side especially. Into the water for Fort Recovery, Lane Hull. He was the one that placed our underwater camera earlier today, so we appreciate his help and the folks here at the Grand Lake YMCA. Look at Subler cutting through the water as the Wendy's High School Heisman, Sam Prakel, into the water for the final leg. Sam will try and bring home a gold. State cross-country champion the last couple of years. Won state track in a few events. Great talking to Sam all the time. Did a faith story with him earlier. Andy Gray is in for Fort Recovery. Here comes Sam. Prakel down the stretch will touch gold. Touch home for gold as Versailles takes it. Second place will be Fort Recovery. That is Andy Gray. Third is Minster. Pierce McGowan with Coldwater taking fourth. Bobby Klosterman and Sam Wisvari from New Bremen finishing fifth. So the Versailles girls and boys getting off to a great start. Taking the final heat of the 200 medley. And when we come back, it'll be time for the girls' 200-yard freestyle, and Perry Hull will stop by from Fort Recovery. It's all here on WSN. Tonight's title sponsor of the Coldwater Swimming Invitational, which we like to call the MAC Championships. Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery serving the area's ag needs since 1896, and we welcome in the Fort Recovery coach, Perry Hull, as we get started on the girls' 200-yard freestyle heat 2 of 3. Kaylee Squires of New Bremen, top of your screen. Jill McClurg, another Cardinal in lane 2. We work our way this way. It's Laura Fox in lane 3. Marissa Spotman of Marion Local in lane 4. Sophie Heitkamp in lane 5 for the Flyers. And Jill Kenny from Coldwater, who's going to run at Ohio State. She is going to try and walk on, is what I understand. She's at the bottom of our pool. Perry, it's the MAC Championships. How many memories does it bring back from your Fort Recovery days actually swimming?
Oh, so many memories. Unfortunately, I didn't have a senior year, though. It got snowed out, and even the makeup meet was also snowed out. So, you know, it happens. But there are a lot of memories, though. My junior year, I was telling you before, it was a dramatic meet. You don't think meets are dramatic, but I tell you what, that one, there was tears of flowing. Well, maybe not that much, but
from you or the opponent?
Oh, everyone.
Okay. Everyone was crying.
Everyone is crying. I'm so happy.
Looks like Marissa Spoltman from Marion Local. Is that right, Spoltman? Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, we got a Flyer fan next to us.
Actually, Marissa used to swim for our summer swim team over in Fort
Fill
Recovery.
us in. How is she?
She is a great swimmer. And I am disappointed that she is not wearing purple, but you know what? That's something that I just have to put up with.
That's right. How are the Indians coming into form as we get ready for sectionals? Just next week?
Yeah, next week. We're actually at Ayersville. We had no idea.
You have to go to Ayersville?
Yeah, that's fun. Never been to Ayersville, but it's going to be
a nice little place. They have a great pool right there at the high school.
I'm going to take your word for it. I have no idea.
Going to go up Friday and spend the night?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could lie and give you like a really awesome backstory for Ayersville Pool. It was built back in World War II. Anyway.
I'm not sure when it was built. It could fit into that. But there's a lot of seating, which is nice for the fans.
That's good. That's good.
And that, do you like going up there? You're going away from a lot of the WBL teams. Salina will be there.
Salina will be
Coldwater
there.
as well.
Coldwater's going to be there, and our tag-along team, St. Henry's going to be there with us. So there's going to be some familiar faces. But to answer your question, though,
thanks, Perry.
Hopefully it didn't get away from it. I do that a lot. But the Indians are looking very good. Our boys are doing phenomenal, like they should be. Some of the times aren't exactly what I hope they are, but we got a couple more meets. We got some important meets. Hopefully we're going to have a nice little shave-down party for them. And I'm even telling my boys, you got to do it. You got to be committed. They're a little hesitant, but they got to do it if they want to cut that time to get the districts.
Marissa Spoltman gets the win for Marion Local. Second place was New Bremen's Kaylee Squires. In third, Laura Fox from St. Henry. And fourth, Sophie Heitkamp from Marion Local as we get ready for the final. Courtney Bettinger from Coldwater, top of your screen. She's the only freshman in the field of six. 2:30.59 her qualifying time. In lane 2 will be Brianna Winner, junior from Versailles, 2:21.14. Lane 3, Olivia Atchison from Fort Recovery, and the time printed, Perry, is 1:58.69. Not accurate?
Not accurate, but I hope she makes it.
There you go, Coach. Lane 4, we have Murphy Groh from Versailles, 2:17.53, so perhaps the fastest coming in. Lane 5 is Leah Niekamp from Minster, 2:24.72. And lane 6, Erica Oldiges from Minster, another sophomore, 2:32.33. And it looks like a pretty good race. Lanes 1, 2, 4, everyone really is right there.
I tell you what, Olivia is, she was actually last year, sophomore, of course, but she's one of my favorites out there. You know, you can't really pick favorites, but I mean, just her
you just did.
But I'm saying attitude-wise, she's just a blast to have, honestly. She reminds me a lot of myself when it comes to preparing for the for events.
Okay.
Like, she gets really excited, really. I mean, she's a firecracker, if you will. And I guess that's kind of how I was at the back of the block.
How you were, or how you still are? A little bit.
Well, I'm going to see myself over on the other side just getting kind of crazy, and I'm going to be watching this. I'm going,
Perry.
Oh, well. What can I say?
That's what we love. Murphy Groh is leading for Versailles. Look at lane 5. Leah Niekamp is right there, stroke for stroke. And keep an eye on Courtney Bettinger, top of the screen for Coldwater. Kind of tough to judge from our angle, but she is right there in the front of the pack as well. So the MAC championships, it's not a sanctioned thing by the MAC, but all the MAC schools, all the rivals. Are we close, you think?
I hope so. I hope so. I don't know. I mean, we only have 3 schools that aren't in it, and Parkway used to have a team. And,
right.
I mean, I know the Hellworth family really well, and I feel that we're going to have a Parkway resurge relatively soon.
Okay.
But, I mean, I think St. Henry needs to keep their program going and hopefully get it lettered. We just got lettered. We just got lettered 2 years ago.
Okay.
So, I mean, kind of right after I graduated.
Of course, no letters for you.
No letters.
I'll make
for
you
me.
a letter and I'll send it to you.
Oh, thanks, Andy.
Look at this finish. It's going to be tough. Lane 1's Bettinger, lane 4's Groh, lane 5's Niekamp. I think Leah Niekamp got the reach. We have no digital scoreboard, so we're going to give Leah Niekamp the championship. You think that's fair?
I think it's very fair.
Second place, Murphy Groh. Third place, Courtney Bettinger. Perry, feel free to stop by throughout the day.
Of course.
Congratulations on having a great team, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
Perry
Thanks for
Hall,
being here.
Fort Recovery coach. When we come back, the boys 200 air freestyle. Sam Prakel will stop by on WOSN. Boys 200-yard freestyle is underway as Max Pelletier is at the top of your screen from Minster. He is a freshman. In lane 2, it is Quincy Baltz from Versailles, also a freshman. Is that right, Baltz? Baltus, thank you. Garrett Brunswick of Coldwater's in lane 3. Grant Garman from Marion Local in lane 4, a 2:30.95. Jacob Rose from Versailles is lane 5 with John Sutter of Fort Recovery in lane 6. It's heat 1 of 2 of the boys. 200-yard freestyle, and a nice lead, it looks like, for Grant Garman. Right there with him, Garrett Brunswick. Garman in the yellow cap, Brunswick to his right in the black. Sam Prakel joins us. Good start to your day. How about that relay?
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
What was the time? Did you guys get it?
143.6 around there.
Okay. PR for the year?
Definitely best for the year and close to the best overall.
Really?
That was our district time last year, and it was very close to qualifying for state last year, so hopefully we can improve on that and make it to state this year.
Talk about your team. I mean, so much leadership, so much depth on the boys and girls side.
On the boys side, we're very top heavy. We have 6 senior boys and a lot of 4 or 5 juniors and a lot of returners, a lot of depth, and upperclassmen. The underclassmen are getting there a little bit smaller, but they're good quality boys, and they're good swimmers, and definitely improving. That's what you need. You need the numbers in the swim team, and showing up at a meet with 15 guys is definitely great.
Where does swimming rank for you? We know you love running. Where's swimming on the continuum?
It's during the winter, it's my top priority.
Yeah.
I try my best during swim team. I go to all the practices, and I try to squeeze in running throughout the week also. Can't lose that in my life either. So I run throughout the week and also swim throughout the week. So getting that balance, I think, definitely helps my overall fitness and my lung capacity and upper body strength. So it's an overall good workout throughout the week.
What have you guys talked about as far as your goals? Getting to state, is that kind of the main thing?
Yeah, definitely. We want to qualify all 3 relays to state. That's our goal. We've been working towards that all year. We have enough depth to spread the talent out throughout all 3 relays, and hopefully we can get it done once we get to districts.
What's your favorite race?
Freestyle. I'm a freestyle sprinter, so I'm doing the 15 and 100 free today.
I saw that, yeah.
So those are my favorite, and I'm glad I'm doing it my senior year just to get the best out of my swimming career before I move on to running full time.
Is that what you'll do in sectionals too, the sprints?
Yep, the sprint freestyles. So freestyle the rest of the way for me.
Let's check in on the race. Garrett Brunswick in a touch home, a winner for Coldwater in lane 3. Grant Garman second, it looked like, for Marion Local. And Quincy Baltus from Versailles, a freshman, finishes in 3rd place. Well, the high school Heisman.
That's right.
How does that feel? How did that whole process, when did you find out?
It was unbelievable. I didn't find out until the very moment they announced it.
Really?
Really, yeah. There were only a handful of people who knew before the time because they had to coordinate it so they could announce it when I was in San Diego because I wasn't able to be at New York for the actual ceremony.
Right.
So I watched it over the internet on a live stream and was surprised as anyone else was.
Pretty cool honor.
It was definitely unbelievable for my community and for my school, for my teammates, parents, teachers. Everybody was a part of it, so it was important.
Let's look at the final heat here in the boys 200. Lee Hess from Marion Local, one of 2 freshmen in the pool. He's in lane 1, top of your screen. It's McKinley Timmerman in lane 2 for Fort Recovery. A couple of Versailles guys in 3 and 4, Andrew Kramer and Sam Subler. Jacob Richling from New Bremen is in lane 5 with Dane Dullinghouse of Minster in lane number 6. And a nice start between the Tiger teammates. What are practices like with you guys? I mean, it's always a race.
Extremely competitive practices. We're always challenging each other in practices, and our lanes are pretty tight. We only have 4 lanes at the Versailles wide, so it gets pretty crowded, definitely. And I mean, I'm in the slower lane. I'm not even in the fastest lane.
You're on the outside.
I'm on the outside and trying to keep up the best I can.
College, you mentioned running is going to be your future. Have you chosen yet? Is it still a decision process?
It's still a mix between a couple of schools, just working out the details. I hope to make my decision in the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
I may or may not sign on the actual signing day. We'll see how things go throughout the next week. So February 5th is the first day you can sign, and I might sign then, or I may just wait to see what the teams are looking like and what I'm feeling like. So it's between a couple of schools. Oregon's one of those schools.
Oh, wow.
Stanford's one of those schools.
Oh, wow.
So
some pretty
out
good
west,
ones there, yeah.
I didn't really mean for it to be like that, but I've enjoyed both my visits to those schools, and I think I fit in well with the programs, and the coaches understand what my training's like and where I'm headed.
How's that process been? Has it been pretty cool to meet new people?
Yeah, definitely. I've met Olympians at these schools. I've met all-star coaches. It's been amazing just to be on the visits for a weekend, let alone actually going to the school next year. So I'm excited for it.
All right. Well, Sam Prakel, good luck to you. Good catching up with you. And
thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way.
I appreciate it.
You bet. The Versailles senior, the high school Heisman, Sam Prakel, stopping by He's got a busy day ahead, and we've got a great finish here in the 200. Sam Subler in lane 4, Andrew Kramer in lane 3, both for Versailles Tigers. And I think it was Kramer that touched home first. We'll try and get a reaction from the guys. Subler comes over for a handshake. They're going to compare hand times. What a great race between the Versailles Tigers in the 200 free. Here's the race for third. Looks like Jacob Richland from New Bremen at the bottom of the pool is going to be the one to touch home for third. And fourth place, Lee Hess, freshman from Marion Local, at the top of your screen. What a start to our broadcast we've had. The insights of Perry Hull, who's always entertaining, and our buddy Sam Prakel, who's doing great things both on and off the field. And if you haven't seen his Faith on the Field story, go to WOSN.tv to see what motivates Sam and what gets him going. Some good stuff there on WOSN.tv. Here we go, heats 1 of 2 in the girls' 200-yard individual medley. Olivia Hemmelgarn, top of your screen from Marion Local, just a junior. Lane 2, another Flyer junior, Beth Walters. In lane 3, as we work our way towards the camera, Andrea Moorman. She's from Coldwater, has the best time in this heat, 3 minutes, 0.87 seconds. Heat 4, we have Emily Ruenkamp, a sophomore from Versailles, 3:01.54. In lane 5, Kendra Schemmel, the third Marion Local swimmer, 3:09.46. So 200-yard individual medley. The MAC championships here at Coldwater. I talked to Eric Goodwin earlier, and he had some good things to say about this meet, and he's making the rounds tonight. He's going to head down to the boys' basketball game after this is said and done. They're playing at Covington tonight. So a busy weekend for area athletic directors, as always. Backstroke is the stroke of preference here. And leading it looks to be Andrea Moorman. Actually, Emily Ruenkamp from Versailles in lane 4. An open lane 6, so I had to keep that in mind. All kinds of basketball coming your way next week on WOSN. This is our third swimming rebroadcast of the year, and it's brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery for all your farm service and ag needs. Visit the good folks at Hull Brothers. So breaststroke, it's leg 3 of 4 in the individual medley. Ruenkamp in first. Looks like a good battle between Schemmel and Moorman. For second place, Moorman is from Coldwater, black cap, middle of your screen, lane 3. Ruenkamp, the leader, and then the 3 flyers. Olivia Hemmelgarn, top of your screen. Lane 2, it's Beth Walters, and lane 5, Kendra Schemmel. Final lap for Emily Ruenkamp, just a sophomore. Boy, the Lady Tigers have depth. They have youth. Talked to the grandmother of the Marshall sisters, all 3 of them. And we found out the senior Bailey is going to swim at Toledo. So we've got some great Division I talent here when you talk about swimmers, talk about cross country, all kinds of D1 action in the MAC. Here we go down the stretch. Ruenkamp still leading. Moorman trying to close. Great job by Beth Walters in lane 2, trying to get that second place spot. Emily Ruenkamp's your winner. Second place goes to Moorman. Third place is Walters. And fourth for the Flyers will be Kendra Schemmel. Final heat is up next for the girls 200 medley. Rachel Subler, freshman for Versailles, is in lane 1. Lane 2 is Beth Walters. I'm sorry, that was the last heat. Lane 2 is Abby Marshall, the youngest of the 3 Marshalls. She had a 2:24.86 coming in. Subler had a 2:40.03. Lane 3, the junior from Versailles, Amber Siebert. So top 3 lanes, if you're looking the furthest from the camera, are from Versailles. Lane 4, the state qualifier, Nikki Borgerding, sophomore out of Minster. She has the best time coming in, 2:23.37. It is Corey Stone from Fort Recovery in lane 5, 2:30.03. She's swimming very well. Stone is your leader. And in lane 6, Haley James, the junior from New Bremen. So the MAC well represented here in the finals, 4 different schools. Into leg 2 of 4 in the individual medley. Corey Stone hanging on to that lead, lane 5 for the Fort. Look at lane 2, Abby Marshall stretching those arms. She might be right there in the lead as well. Lane 3, it's Amber Siebert holding on to 3rd. Their leader at the midway point. Boy, it's a dead heat between Abby Marshall and Corey Stone. Nikki Borgerding catching up with the breaststroke. She has worked her way pretty close to that top spot. It looks like it's now Siebert leading. Marshall and Siebert are neck and neck. It's Marshall in lane 2, Siebert in lane 3, Borgerding in 4, Corey Stone of Fort Recovery in 5. Siebert perhaps just a eyelash ahead of her teammate Abby Marshall. Final stretch. Siebert leading, Marshall's right there. 3rd place is Borgerding, Stone with her. This is going to be a great sprint. Looks like Siebert might be pulling away just a hair. Here's the turn. Amber Siebert, junior from Versailles. Bailey Marshall. Abby Marshall, the freshman from Versailles. Siebert is pulling away. Amber Siebert, your champion. 2nd place to Marshall. Corey Stone gets the bronze for Fort Recovery, and Nikki Borgerding finishes 4th for Minster. When we come back, it's the boys' turn at the individual medley, all here on WOSN. It's the final heat of the boys' 200-yard individual medley. 4 swimmers stepping up on the blocks. Pierce McGowan, the freshman from Minster, is at the top of your screen. A 2:32.55 best time coming in. State qualifier, Mitchell Stover in lane 3. He's a junior from Versailles, a 1:56.98 coming in. He won the Lima Holiday Invitational. Rick Schrader, sophomore from Coldwater in lane 4, 2nd fastest time in the pool, 2:27.86. Wow, what a start for Mitchell. Just blazing out with the butterfly. Lane Hall is in 2nd for Fort Recovery. The senior touches, 2:35.38 was his qualifying time coming in. Stover, half a pool length ahead of everybody else. Excellent race between the other 3 swimmers for that 2nd spot. Here comes Stover touching at the midway point. We'll talk with the Versailles swim coach later on in the broadcast, and what a great program they have built. 2nd place right now is Rick Schrader. He touches the midway point and will turn. Pierce McGowan holding on to 3rd, and there's Lane Hall, bottom of your screen, in 4th. Unbelievable job once again by Mitchell Stover. The breaststroke. He will have a full pull length advantage on everybody as he goes into the freestyle. 2nd place right now is Schrader. And then a battle for 3rd. Looks like right now Lane Hull has the slight edge on Pierce McGowan. And Mitchell Stover's trying to lap everybody. He won't lap Schrader, but he is going to win. What a performance by Mitchell Stover, getting the gold in the 200-yard individual medley. 2nd place looks like it's going to be the sophomore from Coldwater. We have 1 swimmer from each class here. Stover, just a junior, will be back for 1 more MAC championship next year. Schrader's got a couple more. He's going to touch the wall here in 2nd place, and let's check out our race for 3rd. Lane Hall, bottom of your screen. It's Pierce McGowan at the top, and Hall will get 3rd for Fort Recovery. 4th place, to the freshman from Minster, Pierce McGowan. When we return, it's the fastest female in the MAC. The girls 50. We'll see the likes of Julia Rose, Madison Chrisman, Monica Hemmelgarn, and more when we return on WOSN. Tonight's title sponsor of the Coldwater Swimming Invitational is Hull Brothers and Fort Recovery, serving the area's ag needs since 1896. We appreciate Hull Brothers' partnership with TV44 for swimming and basketball and football. They've been a part of many different broadcasts, and we certainly appreciate them. Heat 3 of 6 now for the girls. 50-yard freestyle, Kristen Sprague, New Bremen, top of your screen. Another senior in lane 2, Brooke Mesher of Marion. Lane 3 is Caitlin Plattfoot of Versailles, just a sophomore. Emily Metz from Coldwater's in lane 4. Dia Stuckey, the volleyball state champ, in lane number 5 for the Flyers. And Rachel Kopp of Fort Recovery in lane 6. It's Caitlin Plattfoot just edging Kopp for the gold. Third place goes to the Flyers' Brooke Mesher, with Coldwater's Emily Feltz finishing in 4th place. So a nicely swim? A good race for Rachel Kopp. That's what we'll say. Plattfoot gets the gold. Heat 4 of 6 now. Emily Stammen of Versailles, top of your screen. She's a sophomore. Emily Ruenkamp, also of the Tigers in lane 2. Janelle Mangan from Versailles, lane 3. Brittany Pence, a New Bremen freshman, in lane 4. Fellow Cardinal Allie Polskamp is in lane 5. She's a sophomore. And Laura Fox in lane 6, a St. Henry sophomore. So 5 sophomores and 1 freshman competing in this one. And you always look to the middle of the pool. Those are normally the fastest seated swimmers. Lane 3, it's Janelle Mangan from Versailles. Her teammate on the outside, Emily Stammen, might give her a run, and I think they're going to give it to Mangan. Stammen probably second. Familiar name for Tiger fans, Craig Stammen. Just got a nice 2-year deal with the Washington Nationals. Had a great season out of the bullpen for the NL East champs. Heat 5, we're moving right along to El Sutter, Fort Recovery Junior, top of your screen. Lane 2 is Gabriana Mesher, a Versailles freshman. Lane 3, a junior, Madison Chrisman from Marion Local, 29:31 coming in, fastest seed time. Lane 4 is Julia Rose, a junior from Coldwater, 29:59. Lane 5 is Monica Hemmelgarn from Marion Local, 30.10. And lane 6, Lindsay Didier from Versailles. She's a sophomore, 30.75. My time would be more like 37.5 minutes. Nah, I could get it under that. I could do a solid minute, I think, maybe. Lane 3, it's Madison Chrisman swimming well. Lane 2, Gabriana Mesher. Boy, this is a photo finish. I have no idea. I'm going to say Chrisman. Fans don't know either. It was a great race. That's what we'll say. Everyone swam very well. If we had a time scoreboard, that would help. But we don't. So we'll just say good race. And we'll go to the finals. Hannah Wenig, the sophomore from Versailles. Top of your screen, a 27.64 qualifying time. It's Abby Marshall, the Versailles freshman in lane 2. Lexi Fleeman, she won this race in Lima at the Holiday Invitational. She's in lane 3, a 24.92 seed time. Mackenzie Fishbaugh from St. Henry in lane 4. Stephanie Brandt in lane 5 for New Bremen. Fellow Cardinal Julia Niekamp not in this one. She was slated for lane 6. But look at Fleeman out to a big lead, not big lead, but a nice size lead for the 50. Fleeman's your MAC champion. Fishbaugh is second. Third place in lane 2, Abby Marshall. Hannah Wenig finishes 4th. Lexi Fleeman, the fastest lady in the MAC. She's just a freshman, and she takes home the gold. Well, there are 4 heats in the boys' 50, so we'll stick around for that. 3 swimmers in the first heat. Cruz Ranley, a sophomore from Fort Recovery, top of your screen. He's in lane 2. Shane Pockcotter, familiar name. Football, baseball. He's in lane number 3. 37.80 is his qualifying time. And Kyle Kramer from Marion Local, a 38.62 in lane 4. A good start in lane 2 for Ranley. out to a sizable lead, and it looks like Cruz is going to cruise to the victory in heat 1 of 4. Good race for second. Shane Potcutter in 3, Kyle Kramer in 4, and Shane will bring home the gold medal, or the silver medal, I'm sorry, beating out his teammate. Actually, Ranley's his teammate. Kramer's from Marion Local. So our winner is Cruz Ranley from Fort Recovery, Potcutter second, Kramer in 3rd. Let's move along now to heat 2 of 4. Seth Stammen from Coldwater, a junior, in lane 2. Lane 3 is Morgan Parlett, one of 3 New Bremen Cardinals in this one. He's a junior, 29.79 coming in, the fastest seed time. Lane 3, David Zirkle, another Cardinal, a senior, 31.34. Carl Swiger of New Bremen in lane 5. He's a junior, 33.30 is the seed time. So pretty even race we're looking at. Less than 4 seconds separating all 4 swimmers. They make the turn. We look at lane 3, Morgan Parlett seems to have an advantage. Swimming hard in lane 4, David Zirkle trying to catch him. Also on the outside, Seth Stammen in lane 2. It's going to be Morgan Parlett getting gold. Second looked to be Stammen with Zirkle in 3rd. Unofficial eye test. And we have all 6 lanes filled for heats 3 and 4. Which is where we move next. Heat 3, Tyler Rose, the junior from Versailles at the top of your screen at 28.97. Michael Carney, lane 2, only sophomore in this field of 6. He's from St. Henry and has a 27.19 seed time. Dominic Slonkoski, the fastest in the pool in this heat, 26.73. It's Jared Jansen from Coldwater, 26.91. Harrison Dietrich, freshman from Versailles, 28.40 in lane 5, and in lane 6, Riley Homan, the senior from Marion Local, 29.77. Look at lane 4, Jared Jansen. He's got a nice lead. Jared Jansen first in heat 3. Second place goes to Slonkoski. Looks like Harrison Dietrich, Michael Carney. Tyler Rose, Riley Homan round out the field. And now it's time to find out fastest man in the MAC. Will it be Mr. Heisman, Sam Prekel in lane 3? Or his teammate Cole Peppelman in lane 2? Lane 1 is Bobby Klosterman, the Coldwater freshman, only freshman in this field of 6. Andy Gray, district qualifier from Fort Recovery, is in lane 4. Chris Lochtefeld, the Marion Local sophomore, in lane 5, with Seth Koenig in lane number 6. Sam Prekel in 3. Look at the cloud of water from all 6 swimmers. Prekel leads. Gray's right there. Andy Gray has a slight lead. Andy Gray is your MAC champion. Looked like Sam Prekel gets second. And what a race. I think he did. All the timers are taking a look at the stopwatches. It sure looked from our viewpoint like Andy Gray was the champion from Fort Recovery. And he gets out of the pool. You can tell he is a little bit winded, as you would expect, after swimming the 50. And Perry Hull comes over to congratulate him. He's got a big smile on his face, so we think Gray captures the championship. And Perry says he won. So Andy Gray gets it by just a little bit, according to his head coach. When we return, it's the girls' 100-yard butterfly. We'll also talk with the Coldwater head coach, who gets to set this bash up. Janelle Miller will stop by here on WOSN. It's all brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery. Girls 100-yard butterfly is underway. Hannah Moeller from Marion Local, the top of your screen. Paige Cook, a freshman from New Bremen, is in lane 2. We work our way towards the camera. Janelle Mangan, sophomore from Versailles, the fastest time in this heat. It's heat 1 of 2. She had a 1:25.98. It's the Astucki with a 1:32.90 coming in. She is from Marion Local, the state champion. Lane 5, Olivia Etchison from Fort Recovery. And lane 6, we have Emily Sheridan. And we welcome in the Coldwater coach, Janelle Miller. How are things going?
They're going. How are you?
I'm doing well. What's it take to put this meet together and to run it. We just saw a really nice senior celebration that honored all the different seniors from the schools. Just what goes into it? How long do you plan for it?
Honestly, this year it took me a little while. It's first year doing it, but it took a couple hours. I sent out stuff probably a week or two ago, and I mean, you guys were getting a hold of me at the beginning of the season, like, we want this on TV. No problem.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yes.
How's your team been this year? Taking over as a first-year coach, what's it been like?
It's been exciting. We have small numbers, but they've all continually improved pretty much all season, continuing to get personal bests starting at the first meet and just continue to drop. So it was exciting, and seeing young freshmen coming in, Courtney and even Bobby, and being able to come in and compete and getting good times, it's enjoyable.
Janelle Mangan does take that heat. Second place goes to Paige Cook of New Bremen. Let's set the field before we continue our conversation with the Coldwater coach, Janelle Miller. Cassie Judy from Minster is at the top of your screen. She's a sophomore. Ashlyn Cordonier, a Versailles freshman in lane 2. It's Bailey Marshall, the Toledo-bound swimmer from Versailles in lane 3. Mackenzie Fischbach in lane 4 for St. Henry. Kara Kitzmiller in lane 5 for Minster, and Carolyn Prakel from Versailles. What's it mean to you to have this meet? The MAC doesn't sanction swimming, but there's obviously a swimming tradition at a lot of the MAC schools, including Coldwater.
I think it's great for the swimmers. It's great to compete against the MAC schools just like any other sport.
Sure.
There's a lot of competitiveness between these teams individually.
Right.
And it's just nice because we don't have very many local meets.
Yeah, you travel all over, don't you?
Oh, yes. Just because the pools you don't have the pools readily available.
Right.
And so it's nice for them all to be able to actually get together and actually compete. And, they know all the swimmers in the local area and find it very competitive.
Bailey Marshall has the lead, but Mackenzie Fischbach is right there. Two very talented swimmers right here going for first. Looks like it'll be Marshall hanging on. She gets the gold. Fischbach is second. Ashlyn Cordonier will finish in third. And looks like for Minster, Kara Kitzmiller wraps things up. Well, thank you for having us today, and good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
That's the Coldwater coach, Janelle Miller, joining us. When we come back, we'll have the boys 100-yard butterfly on WOSN. Here we go, the boys 100-yard butterfly championship in the MAC. Chris Claymar from Versailles, one of 3 seniors in the 4-man field. He's in lane 2, a 106.43 coming in. Marshall Hull, the senior from Fort Recovery, who's going to swim at Findlay next year. A minute .03 is his time. He's the fastest in the field. I think Perry said 6 school records for Marshall, and he is blazing through the pool right now. In lane 4, it's Cole Peppelman from Versailles, a 104.26, and Jared Jansen from Coldwater in lane number 5. He's the lone junior in the field. The other 3 guys are seniors. Hull has a huge lead in lane 3. And Peppelman is maintaining second place right now for Versailles. Tigers with the lead on the boys and girls side, but look at Marshall. Future Findlay Oiler cutting through the water. And Marshall Hull will be your gold medalist in the 100. So Fort Recovery wins the 50. They win the 100 butterfly. Second place is Cole Peppelman. Third place, top of your screen, Chris Claymar is going to try and hold off Jared Jansen. I think Claymar might have gotten him. Jansen, a good swim nonetheless in 4th. Right there. When we come back, the girls' 100-yard freestyle still to come. We've got the 500, the 200 freestyle medley, and more on WOSN. All brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery. Heat 3 of 5 in the girls' 100-yard freestyle. Brittany Pence from New Bremen, one of 4 Cardinals in this particular heat. She's a freshman at the top of your screen, a 113.32. Haley James, a New Bremen junior in lane 2, 111.73. It's the sophomore from Versailles, Lindsay Didier. I like to put the French pronunciation on it. Didier, 111.18 is Lindsay's time. Lane 4, Jill McClurg from New Bremen, 111.26. It's Peyton Toby, the freshman from Fort Recovery in lane 5. And in lane 6, Kaylee Squires, a sophomore from New Bremen, 113.56. Team results to this point, Versailles on top. On the boys' race, they have 69. Fort Recovery second with 33. Coldwater looks like a 24. If I can read Perry Hull's handwriting. Minster a 21. Marion 20. New Bremen 17. So Fort Recovery looking for that silver medal. On the girls' side, Versailles 109, Minster second with 39, St. Henry third with 20. It's Didier getting the gold in this heat for Versailles. Second place will be Fort Recovery. Peyton Tovey swimming well, the freshman gets the silver. Up next, it's heat 4 of 5. Natalie Heitkamp, a New Bremen senior, will be in lane 1. It's Stephanie Holman in lane 2 for St. Henry. Allie Elking, a freshman for New Bremen, in lane 3. Fastest time coming in at 106.88. In lane 4, it's Madison Christman, the junior from Marion Local, 107.13. Lane 5, Marissa Spoltman, junior from Marion, 109.31. And in lane 6, Elle Sutter, another Fort Recovery junior, 110.68. So down and back, down and back. That's how this all works out. Looks like in lane 2, Stephanie Holman swimming well. Out to a lead. Right next to her, Allie Elking for New Bremen trying to keep it close. Lane 4, Madison Christman doing well with the gold cap. Flyer junior. And right next to her, Marissa Spoltman in lane 5. Here comes the final 25. Trying to hang on to that lead is the St. Henry junior, Stephanie Holman. Looks like Allie Elking is her closest competition in lane 3. Stephanie Holman wins heat 4 of 5 in the girls' 100. Second place, looks like Allie Elking with Marissa Spoltman. I think coming in after her. Final heat of the girls' 100. We have 2 freshmen, 3 sophomores, and a junior. In lane 1 for Minster, Erica Oldiges, a Minster team that has just 1 senior, boys or girls. 106.18 coming in for Oldiges. Hannah Wenning in lane 2, a sophomore, 1 minute, 0.52 seconds for the Versailles Tiger. It's Lexi Fleeman, the champion in the 50 from Versailles. Just a freshman, 54.75. She won this event up at Lima's Holiday Invitational. Lane 4 is Hannah Marshall, another Versailles Tiger, 58.55. It's the Coldwater freshman, Courtney Bettinger. We heard her coach talk about her earlier, 103.94. And New Bremen's Stephanie Brandt in lane 6, 106.18. But leading the way is Fleeman, trying to flee from her competitors. Looks like a good race for second between Wenning in lane 2 and Marshall in lane 3. The Versailles ladies trying to add on to that top spot in the MAC. And Fleeman slicing through the water. Mr. Prakel will look down for the time. First place for Fleeman. Second goes to Hannah Marshall. Third is Hannah Wenning. Courtney Bettinger gets 4th place for Coldwater. And 5th will be Erica Oldiges. So nice race on the ladies' side. When we come back, boys 100 freestyle. We might talk with Lane Hull as well. Got under a minute in the butterfly here on WOSN, brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery. I want to thank our sponsors for tonight's Coldwater Swimming Invitational. The title sponsor, Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery, serving the area's ag needs since 1896. And CF Peppelman Inc. Pepcom down in Versailles. Thanks to both of our sponsors tonight for being a part of the broadcast. We have Lane Hull joining us. We'll talk with him momentarily, but let's set the field in the boys 100 freestyle. This is heat 2 of 3. John Sutter of Fort Recovery in lane 1, a senior. Ian Lawrence is another senior for Versailles in lane 2. Bobby Klosterman in lane 3. The Coldwater freshman. It's Lee Hess of Marion Local in lane 4. Michael Carney, the St. Henry sophomore in lane 5 with Coldwater's Seth Stammen. Bottom of your screen in lane number 6. So you got under a minute for the butterfly. How'd that feel?
Yes, that felt so good. I've been waiting for that forever, and I finally got it.
You were mowing through the water. Did you feel comfortable right off the block?
Yeah, I was going hard at the start, and my mom will tell you that I swam so bad at the end.
Really?
She was like, you did terrible at the end. But I felt good about the race.
Headed to Findlay next year to swim. What's it mean to swim collegiately and be kind of close to home? It's what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, about an hour and a half. I'm so excited to swim for college. I've always wanted to, but I finally found the college I wanted to go to, and I thought Finley was going to be great for swimming and stuff.
Michael Carney gets the win. I'm sorry, that's Lee Hess getting the win in lane 4. Klosterman is second, and then Ian Lawrence from Versailles is third. We have our wonderful underwater camera, and you were responsible for putting it down there. How did that all go?
That totally caught me off guard. He just came up to me, here, take this camera. But, yeah, I really didn't know where to put it. I just put it wherever.
So if it's a terrible angle, it's your fault.
Yeah, that's my fault. It's all on me.
But did it stick?
Yeah, it stuck pretty good. I was surprised.
All right, well, hopefully we can get it up later
yeah.
so we can actually see the footage. Let's look at the final heat here. In the 100 free, it's Chris Lochtefeld from Marion Local, a sophomore in lane 1. Sam Prakel in lane 2, one of 3 Versailles Tigers. Cole Albers, fastest man in the field at 52 seat time. He's in lane 3. Sam Subler, the senior from Versailles, in lane 4. Andy Borges from Minster, a senior in lane 5, with Pierce McGowan closest to us in lane 6 for the Wildcats. What are your personal goals rest of the way here, headed to the Ayersville sectional and beyond?
Definitely dropping time. After I shave off and everything, I'm hoping for some big time drops at tournament and hopefully state this year. That's what I'm really shooting for.
Okay.
Just getting my times down for college is what I'm really shooting for.
What's Fort Recovery's best chance at state? Is it a relay? Is it one of the individual events?
Probably individual with me and Corey.
Okay.
Our relay, one of our guys, our breaststroker, he got really sick and lost a bunch of weight, so we kind of figured that's not going to happen because he just hasn't been feeling well.
All right, well, best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Good job today, Lane Hall.
Marshall Hall.
Ah, wrong Hall.
Yeah, I'm Marshall.
Sorry, Marshall.
That's all right.
Marshall Hall doing a great job as we wrap up here. Sam Subler gets the gold. Cole Albers, Sam Prakel, top 3 as well. When we come back, we've got the girls and boys 500, so settle in here on WOSN. It's heat 2 and 2 in the girls' 500-yard freestyle. We're going to set the lane assignments, get you started, and probably take a break and come back for a fantastic finish. Gabriana Mesher from Versailles is in lane 1. She's a freshman, 6:43.46 the seat time. It's Brianna Winner, also of Versailles, in lane 2, 6:37.98. How about Corey Stone, the freshman? Top time in the MAC by 20 seconds, 5:53.28. She's in lane 3. You heard Marshall Hall talk about her having a good chance, or one of the best chances for Fort Recovery to get to state. Lane 4, it's Murphy Groh, a sophomore for Versailles, 6:13.97, second fastest in the field. Leonie Camp, the junior from Minster, in lane 5, 6:40.48. And Beth Walters from Marion Local in lane 6, 7:30.06. The 500 is 20 pool lengths. You see the signs at the end. We're at 3. Leading the way is Stone. Second place, Winner and Groh. When we come back, we'll have your champion. It's the Coldwater Invitational, also known as the MAC Championships on WOSN, brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery. Corey Stone in lane 3 for Fort Recovery, wearing the white cap, going to bring home the gold in the 500. Her time coming in 5:53.28. I'm guessing she's under 6, but I really have no idea. No electronic scoreboard here, so we just know winners. And second place, looks like it's going to be Murphy Groh. She is touching the wall now in lane 4 for Versailles. And she's going to bring home a silver medal. Looks like up in lane 2, Brianna Winner, another Versailles Tiger, is going to flip and come home. And Leah Niekamp from Minster going to try and get 4th place. So Corey Stone of Fort Recovery, your winner. Murphy Groh finishes in 2nd. 3rd place, Brianna Winner for Versailles as she touches home. And finally, it's Leah Niekamp in 4th for Minster. Next up, it'll be heat 2 of 2 of the boys 500. Still to come, the backstroke, the breaststroke, 200 relay, and the 400 freestyle relay, all on WOSN. Brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery. All right, we're back at the Grand Lake YMCA. Boys 500 freestyle. This is the final heat. Dominic Slonkowski of Minster in lane 2. Andrew Kramer from Versailles in lane 3. He has the fastest seat time of 5:25.31. Second fastest is teammate Ian Lawrence, 6:09.56, and Lane Hall in lane 5 for Fort Recovery at 6:46.13. We're joined by the Versailles swim coach, Penny Cromwell. She's got the stopwatch going. She's watching her guys go. What a day, first of all, for the boys and the girls. Pleased with how things are going so far?
I'm very pleased with the way things are going so far. They're doing wonderful. They've been working real hard all season long to get to this point. We're gearing up towards postseason, which starts next week, so they're just ready to go.
Let's take us through the boys team first. We had Sam Prakel on earlier and just so many good seniors. What's it like to have that kind of leadership?
I tell you, I'm going to miss them because we have 13 boys on the team and 6 of them are seniors.
Wow.
So it's going to be tough next year to miss, I'm just going to miss all those boys. And the leadership, I mean, they all get along. They've grown up together all along. They've swam all years, together, and they're just going to be missed.
What are your expectations for the boys as far as getting to state, that type of thing? Do you think a good number of them can get there?
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Okay.
Mitchell Stover, he was a sophomore last year and did make it to state in 2 individual events. We're expecting him to make it back again this year. And also, we really want to get our relays there.
Okay.
We really want to get those relays there. So hopefully they'll pull it off this year.
How about the ladies team? Start with the Marshall sisters.
Okay.
Just another Marshall after another.
Right.
A great legacy that family has.
Well, I have 20 female students, and only one of them is a senior, which is Bailey Marshall.
Yeah.
And her sister Hannah is a junior. Last year, both of them swam 4 events at state. Wow. 2 individual, Bailey swam 2 individuals and 2 relays, and Hannah swam 1 individual and 3 relays. They're both back, and we're hoping to get them back again next year. And I have another freshman, Abby Marshall, who is another sister, and we're expecting great things from her as well.
Are they very similar in their styles of swimming, or do they each kind of add something different?
They each kind of had something different. Bailey is a freestyler, a sprinter, 50 and 100. Hannah Marshall swims the backstroke. That's her main event. Huh. And Abby is an IMer.
So just trying to separate in the family maybe is why they each took on different strokes.
Right.
Very interesting. How about some of the other young ladies? Lexi Fleeman, we got to see it really burst on the scene at the Lima Holiday Invitational, winning a couple races and doing well again here.
Yes, and Lexi's a freshman, so she's new to the high school swimming this year. And I know last week after we swam at the Miami, the relay did really well, and her first comment was, "This is so much fun." Huh. And that's what I want to hear. I want them to do well, but I also want them to have a good time.
What's this mean to have this MAC, the Coldwater Invitational, but it's all the MAC schools coming together? We see it in all the other sports. Just a lot of pride here, it seems like, when these schools meet.
It is. So much pride. And all the schools get along well with each other. The coaches, we all know each other, and the kids know each other from swimming and Y swim meets and AAU type things. So they've grown up together. So it's just a neat meet.
Pretty cool community there. What's your sectional trip like? You go south?
We go to Trotwood.
Okay.
The boys are next Friday afternoon and evening, and then the girls are on Saturday.
Oh, okay. They divide it up.
They divide it up. Okay. And then districts are the following weekend. Again, boys will be Friday during the day at Miami University, and the girls are Saturday at Miami University.
How are those pools? We're used to the northwest side, going to Bowling Green, that type of thing. How do those pools compare?
Our boys have won sectionals. They're sectional champs the last 2 years in a row, so hopefully we'll pull off another one.
Yeah.
I do like that. And the girls, there's a little bit more competition.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we haven't had a sectional title for the girls. Oakwood Dayton is our big competitor, and they're huge, and they've got a great team, and so we're hoping to give them a run for their money this year.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Penny Cromwell, Versailles Tigers coach. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We continue on here with the 500. Looks like there's about 4 laps remaining. Good to catch up with the Versailles coach and what a season the Tigers are having. And the leader looks to be, who else, in lane 3, Andrew Kramer, 17 laps in. So he's just got 3 remaining. He has lapped all of his competitors, so very good swimming. Second place is right next to him, his teammate Ian Lawrence. And then third place, Dominic Slonkowski, the Minster junior. We talked about Sam Prakel, talked to him earlier, and he, of course, is a distance guru for cross country and track, but he does the sprints in the pool. Dominic Slonkowski, another real strong runner. Distances for cross country and track, but he's a distance guy here at the 500, so very different. Sarah Kenny, a cross-country state champion for Coldwater, doesn't swim. She plays basketball, but the older sister Jill also likes the distance. She was in the 500 earlier here tonight as a senior. So it's really up to, I guess, what your skill set is, and Andrew Kramer is your champion as he is resting now in the water. Ian Lawrence is going down and back to try and finish up his time. And then it looks like it'll be a race for third between Slonkoski and Hull. Well, when we return, it's the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. Still to come, the backstroke and the breaststroke as well here on WOSN, brought to you by Hull Brothers in full recovery. It's heat 2 of 3 in the girls' 200-yard freestyle relay. Top of your screen, Marion local Ashlyn Burning getting things started. She's a freshman. It's Haley James from New Bremen in lane 2 as we work our way towards the camera. Fort Recovery's Cassie Gray in lane 3, a sophomore. St. Henry's Laura Fox, the St. Henry sophomore, occupies lane 4, and in lane 5 it's for sales Alyssa Barloggy. Good start in the middle of the pool for Fort Recovery. And diving in for the Indians, Olivia Atchison. There goes Stephanie Holman for St. Henry. Into the water in lane 2 for New Bremen is Kaylee Squires. Dia Stuckey, top of your screen for Marion Local in lane 1. And Taylor Stover is swimming for Versailles. The Indians had the fastest seed time in this heat. It's heat 2 of 3, 2:01.56. Atchison is leading. Second place in lane 4. Stephanie Holman is St. Henry. Of course, Fort Recovery and St. Henry, the same coaching staff. Used to involve Parkway, too. All 3 schools swimming together. Into the water is Peyton Toby for Fort Recovery. She's a freshman. Danielle Albers in lane 4 is in second. Third place in lane 2, Jill McClurg of New Bremen. In the water at the bottom of your screen, lane 5, Caitlin Plattfoot for Versailles. And at the top of your screen, Hannah Moeller for Marion Local. Final diver into the water is Corey Stone for Fort Recovery, the freshman 500 champion. Going to try and bring home a gold here. Brittany Pence will dive in for New Bremen in lane 2. For lane 5, it's Versailles, Janelle Mangan. It's Mackenzie Fishbaugh for St. Henry, who will swim at Wright State University next year. We hope to catch up with her later in the broadcast. And for Marion Local, it's Kate Goodwin. Saw Tim Goodwin earlier tonight taking in the meet. Of course, the state champion football coach and principal at Marion Local. Fort Recovery, no trouble winning. Corey Stone, the champion, touching home. For St. Henry, Fishbaugh finishes second. Third is Versailles and Mangan. And fourth place, Brittany Pence for New Bremen, with Marion Local's Kate Goodwin finishing things up in 5th. Final heat. Coming up next, everyone chasing Versailles in lane 3, a 1:47.77 seed time. Lane 1 is Coldwater, Courtney Bettinger. Lane 2, New Bremen, Stephanie Brandt, the first swimmer. Lane 3 is Versailles, Hannah Wenig, the sophomore, starts things. Kara Kitzmiller gets things going for Minster in lane 4. Lindsay Didier from Versailles in lane 5. And Carla Smith of Marion Local in lane 6. Good start, lane 3 for Versailles, also for Coldwater. Bettinger swimming very well as a freshman. Into the water for Versailles, Rachel Subler, a freshman. Jill Kenny will swim for Coldwater on the outside. For New Bremen, it's Julia Neatcamp in lane 2. Leah Neatcamp for Minster in lane 4. Brianna Winter for Versailles in lane 5. And that's Monica Hemmelgarn in lane number 6 for Marion Local. Touching the wall is Versailles. Abby Marshall is now into the pool. We also have, looks like Minster hanging on to second as we welcome in Mackenzie Fishbaugh from St. Henry. Fresh out of the pool. Are you out of breath?
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yep.
How's your day gone here? Your final MAC meet, how's it feeling?
Pretty good.
Okay. Going to Wright State. How did that decision come about?
Well, they just called me, they're interested, and went down there, and I left the school, and swimming's my dream.
So you get a chance to do that. They told you what events or what kind of swimmer they want you to do down there?
Yeah, they want me to be a sprinter.
Okay, and that's your love, right?
Yep.
what are your goals for the postseason, for your final run here as a high school student?
I'm really hoping to make the state this year.
Okay. Which event? Any in particular?
100 butterfly.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Thanks
you.
for stopping by.
Thanks.
It was painless, right?
Yep.
Mackenzie Fishbaugh from St. Henry as Versailles wins this one. Minster comes in second. Versailles in third. Marion Local fourth. And lane number 2, that is New Bremen, finishing in fifth. Boys 200 freestyle is next. We have 2 heats, so we'll pick up both of them. In lane 2, it's just 3 teams in this particular heat. New Bremen, David Zirkle, the football and baseball standout. He's a senior. They'll get things started for the Cardinals. They have a seed time of 2:14.54. For Coldwater, it is Rick Schrader. He's a sophomore as well. They have the best seed time coming in, 1:50.79. For Versailles, Jacob Rose, a freshman, is their first swimmer in the 200-yard freestyle. This is heat 1 of 2 in the relay. Garrett Brunswick into the water for the Cavs. And lane number 4 for Versailles, Tyler Rose. They currently sit in second place. And Kyle Swigert of New Bremen out of lane 2. Still to come, the backstroke, the breaststroke, and the 400-yard freestyle relay. Great day of swimming, our last full broadcast. We want to thank our sponsors once again, Hull Brothers, down in Fort Recovery for all your ag needs, and CF Peppelman in Versailles. Second swimmer for Coldwater is Brunswick. Third swimmer is Bobby Klosterman. Vince Wilson goes third for New Bremen. And Darren Subler for Versailles. Here comes Ian Lawrence into the pool. Fresh off the 500, I believe. Was Ian in the 500? Sure was. That's not an easy turnaround. Jared Jansen, it's Coldwater the win, or he will here shortly. Jansen will touch home in lane 3. It's Ian Lawrence for Versailles in lane 4, wrapping up a silver medal in heat 1, and Morgan Parlett in lane number 2, finishing strong. So parents are starting to file out when their son or daughter swims in the last heat. The life of a swimming parent, you're either timing or you're sticking around for the entire day. They certainly put in a lot of time. Here is the final heat of the boys 200 freestyle relay. Minster at the top of your screen. It's Andy Borges getting things started for Versailles. Sam Subler in lane number 3. Fort Recovery's Lane Hall gets things started in lane 4 with New Bremen's Alex Feltz in lane 5. And what a start in lane number 3 for the Tigers of Versailles. Into the waters, Andrew Kramer. John Sutter for Fort Recovery in lane 4. Pierce McGowan for Minster in lane 2. And for New Bremen, it's Drew McClurg. The bottom of your screen, but look at Versailles getting through that water. Cole Peppelman is the next one to go in. Peppelman's in the water with a lead. Second place looks to be Minster. Dominic Slonkoski dives in. There goes McKinley Timmerman for Fort Recovery. And Sam Wasvari for New Bremen, the third anchor in the 200 freestyle relay. And just feel the intensity amp up just a little bit for these finals. Sam Prakel going to finish things for the Versailles Tigers. Got a nice lead. Second place, it's Minster so far. Seth Koenig is into the water, and Andy Gray diving in for Fort Recovery, trying to make up ground. The fourth swimmer for New Bremen is Jacob Richling, but here comes Sam Prakel, two-time state cross-country champ of Division III, also state track champ in a number of events, and he brings home a MAC championship for the 200 freestyle relay team. Fort Recovery and Andy Gray get that silver. Third place goes to Minster, with New Bremen taking home fourth. Now the girls' 100-yard backstroke is up next. Still to come, we have the breaststroke and the 400-yard freestyle relay. It's all on WOSN, and it's all brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery. Ladies in the water for heat 2 of 3. The girls' 100-yard backstroke. Couple New Bremen Cardinals, and swimmers from Minster, Marion, Versailles, and Fort Recovery in this one. Top of your screen, it's Mackenzie Howell, the golfer. She's a junior, 129.98. Lane 2, her Cardinal teammate, Allie Polskamp, 124.10 coming in. It's Cassie Judy, the sophomore from Minster, 120.43 in lane 3. She has the fastest time in this 6-person field. Kendra Schemmel is in lane 4 for Marion Local, a junior, 123.99. Alyssa Barloggy swimming in lane 5. She's a Versailles sophomore, 126.05. And Rachel Kopp, Fort Recovery freshman, only freshman in this heat, a 130.44. Judy leading the way for Minster in lane 3. Looks like a dead heat for second between Rachel Kopp in lane 6, Kendra Schemmel in lane 4, Allie Polskamp in lane 2. Up next, we have the third heat for the ladies. Then it'll be the guys' turn. Wrapping up the MAC meet here within the next half hour or so. And it's Cassie Judy wrapping up a gold medal in heat number 2. Touches first. We don't have times, as we've told you. No electronic scoreboard for this one. Second place, look, Kendra Schemmel with Allie Polskamp. Well, it could have been Rachel Kopp, too. They were all neck and neck there. And we move along to the final heat in the girls' 100 backstroke. Top of your screen, the sophomore sensation from Marion Local, Carla Smith, a 115.03 coming in. 3 Versailles Tigers in lanes 2, 3, and 4. Rachel Subler, a freshman, 105.55. Bailey Marshall, the lone senior girl on the Tigers, a minute .53. She's headed to Toledo to swim. Hannah Marshall, her sister, a junior, 1 minute .69 seconds. Kara Kitzmiller in lane 5, the Minster junior, 107.86. And Julia Rose, the Coldwater junior, in lane 6, closest to our screen, 117.15. Good start for Hannah Marshall. She's leading her sister Bailey. We'll see what kind of finish the Marshall sisters can come up with. Looks like Kara Kitzmiller and Rachel Subler dueling for third. Subler perhaps a slight advantage in lane number 2, but here comes the Marshalls. Wow, stroke for stroke. Hannah seems to have a slight edge. She's in lane 4, nearest to us. Bailey in lane 3. Hannah Marshall still leading. Who gets the touch? I think it was Hannah. Maybe our underwater camera could tell you better. But the Marshalls go 1-2. Third place, Rachel Subler, Versailles, Kara Kitzmiller. Fourth, fifth place, Carla Smith at the top of your screen with Julia Rose of Coldwater finishing things up. 2 heats of boys. Backstroke is next. We have 3 competitors in the first heat, a pair of seniors and a junior. Then we have 5 competitors in heat number 2. Of course, the Grand Lake YMCA, just a 6-person pool, but we want to thank the Grand Lake YMCA, the Coldwater coaching staff, everyone for making us feel welcome here today. Came down a couple weeks ago and talked with them about where we could set up, and it's certainly a tight venue, but we've done our best to bring you the best shots and commentary, so we thank them for being a part of it here today. And it looks like we just have 2 swimmers. In this one, lane 3, Morgan Parlett for New Bremen, and in lane 4, it's Chris Claymore for Versailles. He's a senior. Kyle Kramer, the football state champion, was due to swim for Marion Local, but he is not out there. His first year swimming after winning that state gold for the Flyers. Good lead for Chris Claymore. We have 5 swimmers coming up in the final, including Marshall Hall, a Findlay-bound swimmer. But a good lead for Claymore. The senior is going to be first to the wall in this initial heat. Morgan Parlett will wrap things up for his swim here. And we move along to the finals. Lane number 1 from Coldwater, a junior. We have a junior, 3 seniors, and a freshman representing 5 different MAC schools. So it's Garrett Brunswick of Coldwater in lane 1. A minute 20.32 seconds is his seed time. Jacob Schaefer is in lane number 2, the Marion local senior. That bright golden cap. It's Marshall Hall in lane 3 for Fort Recovery. Fastest time, 1:01.32. He got sub 1 minute in the butterfly. Trying to do the same here in the backstroke. Andy Borges from Minster. The only senior on the Minster swim team, boys or girls. He's in lane 4. We have Quincy Baltus in lane 5 for Versailles, and it looks like we have a swimmer in lane 6 as well. So that might be Kyle Kramer. That's my guess. Marshall Hull out to a good lead at the midway point. About 4 lengths. Second place right now is Andy Borges of Minster. Occupying third from the Flyers, Jacob Schaefer, a senior. Fourth place, it's Borges in lane, or it's Baltus in lane 5 and Brunswick in lane 1. Here comes Hull. The Marshall gonna claim another MAC title. Here at the Coldwater Invitational, Hull touches home for more first place points as Fort Recovery goes for that silver medal. Second place, Andy Borges in Minster. And your third place swimmer, Jacob Schaefer from Marion Local. Good race for fourth. Baltus in lane 5, Brunswick in lane 1. It's Garrett Brunswick getting fourth for Coldwater. When we return, 100-yard breaststroke. And then we finish strong with the 400-yard freestyle relay. The Coldwater Swimming Invitational brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery, and it's all on WOSN. Events remaining, the breaststroke, 100 yards, and the 400 freestyle. That was probably the wettest I've gotten today. It's been pretty good, but that kind of felt good because it's warm in this pool today. Lots of humidity as you would expect in a small aquatic area. Caitlin Plattfoot for Versailles is in lane 1. She's a sophomore. Andrea Mormon from Coldwater in lane number 2. It's Peyton Toby from Fort Recovery, only freshman in this sixth. 126.28 coming in for Peyton. Olivia Hemmelgarn, the junior from Marion Local in lane 4. It's Veronica Hirschfeld in lane 5 with Sophie Heitkamp, a Marion Local junior in lane 6. Reminder, you can buy a copy of this event or any TV44 broadcast for just $25. Go to WOSN.TV and click on the store. All the proceeds go back to future events so that we can keep covering local sports like nobody else in the entire country for you. Here in West Central and Northwest Ohio, 300 events we broadcast this year when all is said and done. 300 full broadcast, and that doesn't mention all the highlights that we like to get you Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays on the Sports Report. So we thank you for giving back to TV44 and all we do for your community, because we love doing it. Touching the wall first, Peyton Toby. Second place is Olivia Hemmelgarn, Andrea Mormon, Veronica Hirschfeld, Caitlin Plattfoot, Sophie Heitkamp, the other competitors in Heat 2 of 3. Next, the final heat. Carolyn Prakel, the sophomore from Versailles, in lane 1, a 1:19.57 qualifying time. Ashlyn Cordonier from Versailles in lane 2, 1:14.21. And it's Nikki Borgerding, the state qualifier from Minster, just a sophomore, 1:10.55 coming in. Amber Siebert from Versailles in lane 4. 111.71. She won something earlier, I think. Stephanie Homan, there's decisiveness for you. Stephanie Homan in lane 5. St. Henry Jr., 117.81. And it's Julia Niekamp in lane 6 for New Bremen, the second freshman in the field. A 120.13. It's Siebert with the lead on Borgerding. And in third, in lane number 2, is Ashlyn Cordonier. So Versailles boys and girls will win the Coldwater Invitational. They'll be MAC champs. Good race for second. We hope to pass along some kind of results before the night is through, but we will see. Here comes the final 25. It's Siebert leading Borgerding. And right there is Cordonier with Nikki. Amber Siebert still in front in lane 4 for Versailles. Borgerding trying to catch her. Siebert touches first, I believe, with Borgerding getting the silver. And Ashlyn Cordonier in third, fourth place here in lane 5. Stephanie Homan. And then Carolyn Prakel. Boys' turn at the 100-yard breaststroke. Heat number 1. We have 2 total heats. Tyler Rose, the junior from Versailles, will be at the top of your screen. A 131.94 coming into this one. Max Pelletier, a Minster freshman, 121.97 his qualifying time. Darren Subler is in lane 3, a Versailles senior, 118.48, fastest in the heat. It's David Zirkle from New Bremen. We've seen the senior a few times tonight, 121.49 his qualifying time. Marion Local's Riley Holman is in lane 5. He's a senior. 131.41 for the seed. With Vince Wilson of New Bremen, a freshman here in lane 6 nearest to us, 134.82. Mitchell Stover encouraging his teammate, Aaron Subler. One of the seniors honored. After the 50s, they had a nice break to recognize all the seniors. Good lead for Subler. Second place is Zirkle. Max Pelletier in lane 2. Looks to be in third. Very close, though, to David Zirkle. And here they come. It's Subler with the lead. And Darren Subler will hold on to that lead and win heat number 1 of 2. In lane 4, it's David Zirkle getting second. Tyler Rose of Versailles third, and Max Pelletier of Minster. And in fifth place, Riley Homan and Vince Wilson will wrap up this heat. And we'll move ahead to the finals of the breaststroke with just one event remaining after this. The 400-yard freestyle relay will bring you the final heat of the girls and the only heat of the boys. Lane 1, top of your screen, McKinley Timmerman, the sophomore from Fort Recovery. 1:15.35 qualifying time for him. Fellow sophomore Rick Schrader in lane 2. The Coldwater Cavalier has a 1:12.89 time. Lane 3, it's Mitchell Stover. The state qualifier in 2 events last year, looking for more this year, or at least those 2. I don't know if he's done any of the relays. But Mitchell's got a 59.62 qualifying time. Cole Albers right next to him is challenging his Tiger teammate. A 105.32 coming in. In lane 5, it's Andy Gray. He won the 50 earlier tonight. Fort Recovery senior, a 113.9. And Dane Dollinghouse in lane 6, a Minster freshman, 118.43. Stover's got the lead. Albers trying to catch him. That's a tall task as Mitchell is pulling away the junior from Versailles. This gets better and better as Mitchell Stover, your champion in the boys 100 breaststroke. Second place will be Cole Albers, also of Versailles. Third place in lane 2, Rick Schrader. And finishing fourth will be Andy Gray of Fort Recovery with Minster's Dane Dollinghouse, Rick Schrader, McKinley Timmerman. All wrapping things up. When we come back, it's the girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. The boys will relay as well, all on WOSN. All brought to you by Hull Brothers in Fort Recovery. It's the final girls' event of the day, the girls' 400-yard freestyle relay. In lane 1, top of the pool, Caitlin Plattfoot, a sophomore, getting things started for Versailles. Tigers have 3 teams in this race. That's 12 ladies swimming for the Tigers in the finals. Lane 2, Marion Local, Madison Chrisman. She's a junior. In lane 3, it's the 50 and 100-meter champ, Lexi Fleeman, getting Versailles out to a huge lead. Lane 4, the Tigers' Brianna Winner. She's currently in second, but Steph Brand is pushing her for New Bremen in lane number 5. Also in lane 6, another Cardinal team. That is Allie Polskamp that gets things started. We're hoping that all these teams have matched up throughout the day, and certainly appreciate Coach Janelle Miller putting things together here at Coldwater for the Coldwater Invitational, which is the MAC meet. Great start for Fleeman and the Tigers. They have a 25-yard lead or so. Brianna Winner is going to get the Tigers even more points. They're in second. Third place, Stephanie Brandt, New Bremen, as Jill McClurg dives in. So Hannah Marshall's in the pool for Versailles in lane 3. Murphy Grow, lane 4 for the Tigers. We said McClurg for New Bremen. In lane 6, it's Mackenzie Howell for New Bremen. Lane 2, Marissa Spoltman for the Flyers. And in lane 1, it's Alyssa Barloggy swimming for Versailles C team. Making the turn is Grow. Marshall, a full 25-yard lead. Trying to extend it. The leader is in lane 3. Just like the 4x4 in track, things can get a little disjointed, I should say. Lots of space in between your first place team and a little bit further back. Amber Seabird is the third leg for Versailles in lane C. It's Carolyn Prakel diving in for the Tigers in lane 4. Getting ready to jump in for New Bremen is Natalie Heitkamp. In lane number 5, into the water in lane 2, Monica Hemmelgarn for Marion. And on the outside here, it's Kristen Sprague. In lane 6, a senior for the Cardinals. Lindsay Didier, a sophomore for Versailles. And we'll dive in at the top of the pool. Sprague, I think they said, was student council president during the senior day festivities. Look at that. Hannah Wenig is diving in for the final stretch for Versailles. I'm sorry, Bailey Marshall. So we have 2 Marshalls, a Fleeman, and a Siebert. A senior, 2 juniors, and a freshman for Versailles. This will be Hannah Wenig stepping up and diving in next for Versailles, their second team. Marshall's just got it down and back, and the Tigers will finish off another championship day. Wenig's in the water. So Versailles also holding on to second as well as first. Marion Local might have overtaken third place. Monica Hemmelgarn will finish strong as Carla Smith dives in. In lane 5, New Bremen's Allie Elking, the freshman, will be the last leg for the Cardinals A team. Gabriana Mesher of Versailles, top of your screen, will jump in next. And our final entry, Kaylee Squires, getting ready to go in for New Bremen. Versailles, your champion, Bailey Marshall. Headed to Toledo, the Versailles ladies win this race. They win the Coldwater Invitational today. They'll also get points for second place as Hannah Wenig will finish strong. She touches home. A great day for the Tigers all around. Great numbers and great expectations for sectional at Trotwood, the district at Miami University, and then hopefully qualifying more to state like they did a season ago. Touching home will be Carla Smith getting that third place medal. Fourth place will be New Bremen and Allie Elking. When we return, the boys turn at the 400-yard freestyle relay as we wrap up the day here on WOSN, the Coldwater Swim Invitational. The final race of the day, the boys 400-yard freestyle relay, as some parents head for the exits. Fort Recovery and Marshall Hall lead things off in lane 1, farthest away from our screen. It's New Bremen's Alex Feltz, the senior, in lane 2. Versailles Mitchell Stover leading things off for the Tigers, who will sweep the boys and girls team championships. Lane 4 is Marion Local and Chris Lochtefeld, with Versailles B team and Ian Lawrence starting things in lane number 5. Great start to the race for Stover. He spins, and just like in the breaststroke, building a nice big lead on lane number 4, and Chris Lochtefeld. 3:24.82 coming in as Versailles time, and the next fastest is 4:08. 40 seconds better. Unbelievable pace. As Cole Peppelman will dive into the water for the Versailles Tigers with a nice lead. Fort Recovery, Marshall Hall is going to have his team in second as John Sutter, the senior, enters the water. For Marion Local, Lee Hess is the second swimmer in lane 4. It's Drew McClurg for New Bremen in lane number 2. And Harrison Dietrich for Versailles jumping in. One more down and back for Cole Peppelman, and we'll be at the midway point of our final race here in this cold water invitational. I want to thank CF Peppelman once again for sponsoring tonight's event, and also Hull Brothers for being our premier sponsor and doing a great job with TV44 Sports supporting what we do. We certainly appreciate that. Here comes Peppelman. He's going to touch the wall, and Andrew Kramer, the junior, is in with a 25-yard lead over Marion Local's Lee Hess as Grant Garman gets ready to enter. Grant is in the water. Full recovery. Cruz Ranley. We have Sam Wisvari for New Bremen. And diving in for Versailles, Quincy Baltus. So the Tigers on their way to the championship. Fort Recovery boys going to be second, Perry?
Boys got second.
The boys will be second overall.
I think Minster's girls got second.
The Minster girls in second, Perry Hull's telling us. Fort Recovery girls maybe third place.
That was after the breaststroke.
Oh. Okay, so good things out of Fort Recovery today. Second place for the boys, third for the girls possibly. Go to check WOSN.tv. We will have the standings posted there for sure. Versailles' final swimmer, Cole Albers in lane 3. Getting ready to dive in for Marion Local, Jacob Schaefer. For New Bremen, it is Jacob Richling. Here goes Schaefer into the pool. Richling is next. For Fort Recovery, it'll be Shane Potcotter, the football and baseball standout. Getting ready for his final MAC meet. And here comes Versailles. Cole Albers down to the finish, and Albers takes home the gold for Versailles as they repeat as MAC champions. Coldwater Invite champions as well. Just a great day for the Tigers. And it'll be a race for second place to finish off our 400-meter relay. Lane number 2, New Bremen, Jacob Richling. Lane 4 is Marion Local's Jacob Schaefer. For Fort Recovery, Shane Potcotter's got it down and back. So does Chris Claymore for Versailles. But the New Bremen Cardinals, Jacob Richling finishes second. Marion Local, Jacob Schaefer will get the bronze. I believe Claymore has one more down and back for Versailles. Nope, he touches home in fourth. So a great day. We want to thank everyone for being a part. Congratulations to Versailles winning the boys and girls championships. We thank Minster girls second and Fort Recovery boys second. Thanks again to Hull Brothers and Fort Recovery. Give them a call. Let them know you appreciate all they do for TV44 Sports and local sports in the community. It's been a great day. We will see you next time from the Grand Lake YMCA on WOSN.